So this video, we're just going to look at what's called the step edit mode. Now this does not have a step sequencer in the terms of how I would have imagined it, which is, you would choose a step and then choose a note. So it doesn't have that kind of functionality. What it does have is called step edit mode. So you can get there by pressing menu and scrolling through if you want, or you can choose shift and then choose the fourth pad on the bottom here. So it says step edit, press enter on the screen. So we have to press enter, and now we're in step mode. So if I turn this, it's going through the different steps here. So on the screen here, you can see it's going through each step. You can also, even if you haven't extended the length, you can also go into the next bar if you want. And it loops over back to the first. Okay, so from this screen, let's say we want a note here, 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 and here. So as you can see, the red indicates that there's going to be a note there. So if we press the right arrow here, it's going to actually show us a note screen. So right here we see note C04. That means it's the note C on octave 4. And then you'll also see over here, which you can access by the left and right arrows, 3 other spots, and they look blank. So if it's blank, what that means is there's no note. If I want to make this blank, I would just bring it down using this knob. I would just turn it, and now as you see, it takes quite some time to do that, but I'll show you something to make it quicker. So what you can do is while you're scrolling, let's say I want to bring that up to C3. I hold down shift, now it's at C3. If you want to hear the note while you're doing this, you just press that step that we're on. So I can bring it up or down. Like let's say I find the note that I want, hold down shift, and then change the octave. So you can kind of figure out some notes. So I'm going to press play. Okay, so that took quite some time just to put in 4 little notes. There's also gate. So if we're looking here, we see note, and then we're going to keep pressing arrow over till it says gate time. Now, if we want to make this note longer, we can go and turn this to the right until it says tie. And what that means is it'll tie in to the next note. Let's say I want this to extend this long, so I'm going to have to arrow all the way back to where it says the step number. And then I'm going to press these 2 notes. And now what you have to do is go back to this, into the note view, and you have to match that note. Make sure the note is matched and exactly the same for each one. And then you have to turn each one to the gate time of tie. So you have to do that for every single step, like every single time you do it. So let's listen to it. Now I hear a pause here, so I'm going to go into this note and check it. Okay, it did not have that in tie, so that's why we heard that skip. Let's hear it again. Okay, so that took quite some time. There's actually a better way you can sequence this. So what you can do is press exit here. We're going to press keyboard and just hold down a note and record it. When we're done with the loop, just press the record button and then let go of the note. And you have a drone. This means the note is going to be extending all the way across. So I'm going to go back into step edit mode and press enter to enter step edit mode. And now we're looking at this one long note that has complete ties, so it's never going to stop. So what you can do is break parts from here. Okay, so what you want to do is choose the step that you want to break apart. I'm going to choose this one here, and let's go over to the gate. I'm going to turn it down. Anything less than tie. So you can just turn it to whatever you would like. And then let's do another note break here. So I'm pressing that and then turning that down. So we're going to have a note here, a note here. Here, let's do the same thing, bringing it down. And let's make a break here, turning that down, and here, turning that down. Now we have all these notes broken up. And if you forget where you break this apart, you can just stay in the gate mode and just press the different steps just to see where you are, okay? So now we have all these broken up steps. And the cool thing with this is, it's all the same note. Now that it's in time mode, you can actually go in just to regular note mode and then change that note. So you can hear it's changed. And if I press over here, it's actually going to match that first note. So if I change any of those notes in the tied note, you can actually move it up or down. Okay, so I just chose a couple of notes on here, and then I'm going to press play. Now we can hear what we just did. Now, while we're doing that, we can change the notes still. So you can work with different rhythms and patterns and play around with them. This is a pretty cool way to do it. Let's say we want to go into sequencer mode while we're in this synth here. So I'm going to press exit here, make sure it just shows the pattern name and number. And I'm going to press sequencer. Now what we can do is play around with the rhythms, or kind of like gating, turning on and off the different notes. So I'm going to press play. So here we can kind of phrase it out if we want, do different versions.